You need some 44s?
Thank you.
Well, we're gonna go down and take these. Just on this demonstration now, or just about 5 minutes, somewhere there. All of you being here with us, sincerely. This is our 3rd annual Fun Gun Weekend, and I do recommend, if you're out in the sun, a nice hat does help. But we sincerely, this is something we've done for several years now to demonstrate to shooters, but more to people that watch our program that have come from a number of different states, that shooting can be fun, it can be great family entertainment. It is one of the great things handed down to us by our founding fathers. And as most of you know, we have people in Washington and in some other places who would like to take this right away from us. It's not a privilege, it's a right. And one of the things that our television program is about is to educate as many people as we can all across the United States about what shooting is about. And here today you're going to see some of the greatest shooting skills that anybody could see. Some of you have seen these weekends before on our program, some of you this is your first time here. We're going to have a number of things throughout the afternoon, and certainly we'll have some things here tomorrow. And everyone is certainly welcome to come back tomorrow. We're going to be out here playing and having fun. And we really appreciate the Clark Company and the Clark family. Of course, we have Jerry Miculek here, who a lot of us think is the fastest revolver shooter in the world, and in truth, one of the great shooters anywhere today that you can see on the competitive circuit. And we appreciate their cooperation because they've gone to a lot of trouble for us here today. And it's going to be great. So just relax. Remember, when we're shooting steel targets, remember we need eye protection and hearing protection. So if you're anywhere around where steel's being shot, I don't know how critical it'll be here on the shed, but
I won't shoot any steel.
Won't shoot any steel, but for that reason, everyone doesn't have eye protection. But we encourage you to put your fingers in your ears. We have earplugs available. There's a bag of them somewhere, huh, Jerry?
Yeah, I won't fire a shot without telling them so they can just stick their fingers in the ears.
And we appreciate folks from the Men and Press Herald being here today. Alan, appreciate you coming by. And we have our editor, Jim Robinson, TV Productions in Freeport. And a lot of this is going to be on future shooting shows over the next couple of weeks. We appreciate everyone coming from wherever you do. We're glad to have you here with us today. So, Jerry?
All right. Thank you, Johnny. First of all, I'd like to welcome you all here. What I'm going to do for you is to shoot some of the Smith & Wesson products, show you some of the highlights of the different guns. The main reason I'm here is to answer any questions you might have. This is pretty low-key. I'm not making a commission off of you. I just want you to enjoy it. If you have a question, ask a question. I'll let Kayla answer it for you. So I'm going to start out with a revolver here that I've shot a lot in competition. Most all these you see on the table I shoot in some form of a competition or the other. Can everybody hear me? This is a 625 revolver. It's an end-frame Smith & Wesson, which means it's the largest frame they manufacture. It has a 5-inch barrel. It's stainless steel. Comes in a round butt configuration, which means the shooter has the choice of putting either a square butt stock or you can put a round butt stock to fit his hand. What you do here, you have a wide variety of stock sizes available for the average person. So they're making them all now with the round butt configuration. It has the Ed McGibbon gold bead, white outline rear, the standard little narrow serrated trigger, which I really prefer over anything else. But the big feature of the 625 is that all the ammunition is affixed in a moon clip. You got all 6 rounds in the clip. These are some dummy rounds. I'd like to show you how easy it is to load the revolver. Put 6 in, 6 out. The big reason here, it's hard to screw it up because they're all in one piece. Standard speed loader, you have a loader, you have 6 loose rounds of ammunition. With the moon clip, you have them all in one package. This is really a holdover from World War I when they were making the model 1917s to help the troops there in Europe. They couldn't make the 1911s fast enough, the 45 automatic pistols. So they started making the revolvers, and being this cartridge is a true rimless cartridge, it had to have a clip of some kind so the round would extract out of a cylinder. So they used to make them in a half moon clip. Up until about 10 years ago, they started making a full moon clip, and it's really a big advantage. So the full moon clip feature on the 625 is what makes it an outstanding revolver. And a little later here, I'll do some speed shooting with it and give you an idea just how fast it is to load a full moon clip. Let's go down the line here. This is another end frame also. This is a blued steel end frame, model 27. First guns chambered for the 357 Magnum cartridge, 1935. So it's been around a long time. This is about a 1980s model, relatively new to me. I probably have about 20,000 rounds through it. The end frame in 38 Special is pretty much a lifetime proposition. You can shoot it till you're tired of shooting it. You notice also it has a very long, lightweight barrel. Later on in the demo, I'd like to show you just how easy it is to go from target to target with a setup like this. It looks kind of awkward, but you notice you have a long sight radius, so you can get a little sloppy on your sight picture, and it's lightweight, so you can present it from target to target easily. So later on in the demo, I'll give you an idea what a Model 27 is good for. It's also a great bowling pin gun. I've shot a lot of bowling pin competitions with it. Let's go down to the next frame here right quick. This is a little K-frame. K-frame guns have been out since about 1898. So they've been out almost 100 years now. It's a very well proven design. They've probably made 6 to 8 million of these frame sizes here. This is a 38 357 Magnum K-frame with a round butt design. Any questions? Okay, we're going to start shooting. Everybody likes to see the shooting more than the talking, so I won't fire a shot without giving you a warning to put your fingers in your ears. I won't catch you off guard. I'd like to show you what I have here, and this is a pack timer. As soon as the clock starts to beep, the first part of the beep, not the end of the beep, the clock starts running. Every time you fire a shot, it picks up the noise here, and you can go back and review on the screen. Shot number 1 was 161. Shot number 2 was 2.39, and the split time, or the time in between the two shots, was 78 hundredths of a second. So with a little clock like this, it's possible to go back and review everything you've done from the reaction to the first shot on down the line. So what I'd like to do for you to get things going, put this thing on random start. I'm going to shoot from the surrender position, which is a standard start position in competition. The reason for it is, it's real easy for the RO or the range master to see if you're ready. You come to the line with your gun safe, empty in the holster, and they give you the command to load. So you load, put your gun in the holster, and when you're ready to fire, you put your hands up, and then the range master come behind you with the clock and jump start you. So I'll do a random jump start. Let's just go ahead and draw and see if we can shoot. Get my finger warmed up from the first to the last shot in around a second on that first target. See if we can fire 6 rounds in about a second. Shoot this target on the left. All right, going hot. Okay. Let's take a look at this. The split times, that's what we want to see. With a 19, a 17, a 16, a 17, and a 17. So we're firing about 84 hundredths of a second, really, from the first to the last shot. Now let's see if we can pick that up a little bit. Let's see if we can shoot a little bit faster. Same target. So I picked it up a little bit. Let's see what that looks like. Let's go back and review it. A 16, 15, 15, 16. So we're running about, somebody's playing catch up. So actually from the first to the last shot, we shot about 78 hundredths of a second for 6 rounds on one target. That's what's good about the 625. Any questions? No questions. Quiet bunch. Okay. Give you an idea. What I like to do, I'm right-handed, so whenever I do a reload, I like to go ahead and swap it over to the weak hand. I like to extract the spent cartridges straight up and down. What you're trying to do here is have gravity work with you, and also keeps all the unburned powder or any lead shavings from the fired cartridges from staying under the extractor. So what I do, fire the gun out, hit the thumb release, bring it around left hand, come back around, charge it, put it back in the right hand. Let's go ahead and shoot the target in the middle. All right, target in the middle. My thumb got short. Oh, let's do it again. That's a pretty good group, though. Let's shoot it again. Haven't been exposed to yet. This is the standard Model 10, which I was telling you about the K-frame. Say we took this revolver here, we empty, and we were to cock it fully loaded, single action. And say you would have dropped the gun. What do you think would happen?
Nothing.
Let's go ahead. Let's see what happens. Okay, to simulate having fired the gun, of course it knocks the ink pen out. Now let's go ahead and trip it off the sear. Say the gun's fully loaded. You hear a lot of people saying, well, my gun went off. I had it in my purse, I had it in my luggage, thing went off. Let's look. That didn't work, did it? Try it again. You notice here, the ink pen doesn't come out. And the reason for that is there's two safety blocks internal of the gun that prevents it from firing unless the trigger is held completely to the rear. So when someone tells you that their Smith & Wesson revolver went off, somebody had a finger on the trigger. It's the only way it will fire. It's been that way since 1898. Hadn't changed yet. Let's talk a little bit about the third generation semi-automatic pistols. Also, this is a 4513. It's the TS&W series. These safety features are common to all the third generation guns. You notice without the magazine it will not fire, so it has a magazine safety. Say you were to charge the gun here and drop the slide, you have a cocked hammer on a loaded gun. You say, well, that don't look too good. Well, let's engage the decock. You say, that didn't look good either. I got a hammer falling on a live round. But really what happens, there's a physical block here on the back of the slide, and also on the internal of the slide, there's two safety catches that keeps the firing pin from hitting the cartridge. So even with this gun completely loaded, on fire, if you were to drop it, it will not fire. The trigger has to be held completely to the rear. Also, if the gun goes off by accident, somebody hit their finger on the trigger.
What model is that one?
4513. It's their TS&W series, their tactical gun.
How's that different from the 1911?
Well, the 1911 is a single action only semi-automatic pistol. This is a double action or single action. See, the first shot can be double action. So, it's a big difference. Here is a model 945 Smith & Wesson. A true single action pistol. Looks just like the Colt 1911. Except it's their version of a 1911. It's stainless steel. Comes match ready out of the box. Probably one of the most accurate semi-automatic pistols, even compared to the Model 52s that they've ever manufactured. Okay. Any questions on anything? No questions. You got a question, Kay?
No.
You had no questions. Okay.
Must mean you're doing a good job.
I guess. Just out of courtesy to me, I'm going to go ahead and fire 6 rounds on target in the middle, just to get my finger accustomed to this particular gun. All right, we're going hot. 6 on the target in the middle. See that long sight radius, you can kind of just poke it out there and look all around and still hit the target. Total time of 181. We did a 17, a 17, a 16, a 16. There again, hanging around 16, 17. Now I'm going to try to put my foot in my mouth here and do 2 shots on each of the 3 targets. It should sound like I'm shooting 1 target. That should give me about 16/100ths of a second to go from target to target. Let's see if we can do that. All right, total time here was 181. Let's see if we can beat that. I was going a little too fast, so I'll slow down. All right, 2 on each. Total time, 166. Boom. All right. Thank you. One of the hard things of shooting a demo is to pick up another gun. I had 18 rounds of practice in that one. Now I had to pick this one up, so I had to cheat a little bit and practice on it.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Just curiosity, I got a pipe in the back of my car. How fast do you think you shoot it?
Well, not to say Smith & Wesson is better, but the reason... Good question. I'll give you $5 later. He asked if I could shoot a Python as quick. The biggest difference when I started shooting competition, to find a gun that stayed with your trigger finger is the most important thing. And you notice, okay, we're empty here. The biggest advantage of this particular mechanism is that it stays with your finger. The trigger return is fast enough. The trigger return is more important than the trigger pull.
Now, it's got a special spring in the return, right?
No.
Okay.
No, it's got the same.
I heard that on radio, reading that said.
What you're looking for is a very smooth, consistent release. After you train a while, your finger will start feeling the trigger release more than a pull. So a trigger pull is more important than a trigger release is more important than the trigger pull.
So your trigger pull is really it's more practice than anything else.
Pretty much. But the gun has to help you.
Used to pulling it pretty smooth.
The gun has to help your trigger return.
Yeah.
You see all these split times right here? So like I'm shooting a 1600 split, 800 is trigger release. A whole cycle of the trigger pull is 1600. So half of it is going forward. So the trigger has to stay with your finger through the cycle. If it leaves your finger, that's also why I have the little narrow serrated triggers. If you run a smooth trigger, a smooth face trigger, it'll shift positions, and then you've lost it.
So, answer the question,
It's not.
over.
Right.
I know you couldn't do it as fast, but you're still faster than I can do it.
The big disadvantage of that Colt, you have to pull the latch back to you to open it. And I'm kind of like a push guy. I'm more than a pull guy. So. Any questions? Any more questions? Okay.
So actually what you're saying, that the accuracy...
It's a 38 357 Magnum, 3-inch barrel, round butt, hammerless, comes that way from the factory. It's quadruported from the factory also. And what I'd like to demonstrate for you next, I've got 3 rounds of 357 Magnum here. I want to show you just how effective that quadruporting is on a short barrel 357 Magnum. I've got 3 rounds of Watt cutter ammunition here. See if I can get all that lined up. I'm going to step to the side. What I want you to do is watch the muzzle. See if that quadruporting is doing any good. We'll go ahead and fire into the backstop there. 3 rounds of 38, 3 rounds of Magnum. Watch the top of the gun. So we went from the lightest target load to a full power Magnum without any muzzle rise. So if you're not really accustomed of holding on to a revolver, it'll help you keep it on target.
Now, is that actually a function of the gun or a function of your training?
It's a function of the porting and a lot of shooting. One thing I'd like to bring out, that's a good question. You're full of good questions after a while. Let me show you something here on shooting any handgun. But I can shoot this revolver. I'm empty. I can shoot this revolver right here. But you notice how high it's over the center line of my hand? The higher the gun, it changes the leverage point and the gun works against you. So what I try to do is get as high on the gun as possible. You notice the web of my hand is way up on the top strap, just about where the hammer will clear. That's as low as I can get the gun in my hand. The reason for that is, if I could shoot it right here, it would recoil straight back. You wouldn't have any flip. The higher the gun, the more the flip. So I'm gonna grab it up real high, and I want my finger down low on the trigger. Because this is a lever like any other lever. If you grab it up short, you gotta work harder. You grab it on the bottom, you got more leverage. So let the trigger work with you. Okay. Let's see what else we've got to play with here. Yeah. It's a 3913 tactical. A little smiley band-aid coming off. 3913 tactical Smith & Wesson 9mm. It's probably one of the best carry packages they manufacture for size, for performance. And they told me this gun shot so well that I could shoot those steel targets. I've shooted the long ones, and they say you can actually see it, hit the target. Let's shoot that long line a little bit. I don't know if it's sighted in there well, but let's just see if we can hit a plate. 50 yards there on the left. So we got a little tactical carry gun. Hits pretty good, even out at 45 yards. That's Hornet Effector ammo.
It's a what?
Hornet Effector. Hornet Effector. See what I like to use? 45. What I'd like to show you next is the Smith & Wesson Model 41. You notice this one isn't quite like you buy them. I've added a weight on the front. I also have the Bushnell holo sight. The reason for the weight, to take some of the drive-by out of it. I shoot an event where I have to shoot really fast and a lot of small targets. This extra weight on the front kind of keeps the harmonics down where it looks like I'm pretty steady even though I'm really nervous. It's a steel frame gun. It's a very expensive, not very expensive, $600-800 bucks. But they last a lifetime. I've shot this one a minimum 60,000 rounds, easily. And what I'd like to show you right now, even though it is a 22, it'll pack a good punch. Let's go ahead and shoot that target a little bit. Yeah. It's not the size, it's how you use it, sir. All right. Model 41. I can see some of the ladies walking around saying, okay, you know, these guys got guns already. My husband's got 3 or 4.
$600 bucks.
I was lucky. I married into a gun family. She had her own guns, which is really good.
That's scary.
But what you got to do with the ladies, you have to convince them that the guns are good in the kitchen. So you break out, you just bought this new Magna Classic Series 629. You come home, it's really, women like shiny things. They look at that gun, honey. But what's really nice about it, it's good in the kitchen. Let's demonstrate a little bit of that good in the kitchen routine.
I've seen that already.
Let's just shoot a little cabbage, make a little coleslaw here.
Kind of looks like a target, down there.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot over the farm there. This part of the demo is called Fun with Food. It's great in the kitchen, but a little messy.
Playing with your food.
You got guys coming over, Monday Night Football, throw that in the windowsill, break out your 629 Classic, 180 grain Magnum. Let's see what it does to cabbage. A so-so cabinet. Let's do another.
No, we can't buy a second
If you can, try to buy the purple cabinet because it works a lot better. Let's try another one.
Nobody likes it anyway.
That's right. One more.
Okay, watch it.
Ah, that's a good cabinet. Just give you an idea of the striking energy of a 44 Magnum. But we're not going to stop there. We've got more. Little shave cream, yeah.
Do I need to move?
No, you'll be all right. Got to find the right spot. Checking out of that 7.5-inch gun. Let's see what it'll do with a tin can. Remember, 1,700 feet a second. Shot right through it. That's a fast bullet. Now, let's see what happens.
For real. You went right through it?
Where'd it go? Anyway, you can convince her that it makes a great can opener. 629. By the way, just about all the DX guns are guaranteed to shoot under 3 inches at 100. It's probably one of the best.
Question.
Yes.
How fast can you shoot that one?
I don't have the hand for it right now. I got a tendonitis that would cry if I shot that thing 6 times.
On a good day.
You can shoot about 2,500 splits. That's about as fast as I could do with it. Talk a little bit about the smaller guns here. I'll show you something on the table. I've got 3 or 4 of them out. This is a Performance Center 627. You notice right here it has 8 shots. It's an 8-shot 38 357 Magnum end frame, also stainless steel. This one has a hollow sight on it. They also have them with the conventional sighting. One thing about all the current Smith & Wesson guns, you can take the rear sight off, put a scope base on it. They're drilled and tapped from the factory. So if you want to play with a scope, you can just do a couple of screws, put it on there, take it off. So they're actually starting to learn something there. The small guns, you notice this is a little 66. It's a K-frame. It's a round butt, 2.5-inch 38 357. It's a good carry gun, a good working gun. The disadvantage, it's so small. When you go to shoot it, there's not much to hold on to. So what I'd like to show you is the technique I use to control a smaller gun. And I grab it up there again as high as possible with the strong hand, but the weak hand, I'll get it up under the trigger guard and put a thumb up on the top. Sometimes when you shoot like this, you'll get a real stinging sensation in your gun hand. There's a nerve run right alongside that thumb. You need to shoot about 1,000 rounds and you'll kill it. You don't have to worry about that.
Priorities.
Mine is dead. So just go out and beat your hand up. If you find you have a really bad sting there, you can put your thumb around the side, but you're really cheating yourself. So you can put that thumb up on the top like that and fire it. Let's see if we can shoot the small gun as fast as we did the full-size gun. A good carry gun, but a little bit hard to shoot. Let's see if we... All right. Shoot the target on the right. Got him right in the middle. What you think?
Just one.
All right, let's look at the splits. Got an 18, a 15, a 14, a 16, and a 15. That's actually one of my faster runs right here with the little short gun. You notice you hold it right and direct it to the target, just hold on and take a ride. Stay in the middle. Any questions on the 66s? I'm just about out of goodies here. I shot my Plus P ammunition. A lot of people say, well, it's going to recoil heavy. If you had it for a carry gun and you needed it, you would never know it had ever fired. So the idea of a lightweight gun is you'll have it with you when you need it, and not have it. Well, I got this pretty 44 Magnum at home, and somebody's beating the tar out of you in the back alley. This is where you have a product that you can carry with you. All right, let's shoot those plates at 50. Let's see if I can hit one of them.
Mark down there at the circle.
A little bit high. Shoots a little high at 50. Still would have been minute a man, though. At that range, I'd be running long before I'd ever pull a gun out.
Really?
That's all I have. If you'd like to stay out and look at some of the product, you're welcome to.
I have a request.
My finger quit after 6. That's from previous training.
I know, you only know how to count 6 times and he quit.
Well, I had some 13s. Try that again. Whose ammo is this?
Not yours, go ahead.
That Jim's? I like his bullet. All right. The first magazine was a warm-up. All right, we had a 14, 11, 13, 12, 14, 14, so... Anyway, good way to waste ammo. If you'd like to look at any of this product after we finish, you're welcome to stay and take a look, and I'll answer any questions. I appreciate you coming out and standing in the heat with us. Thank you very much.
Y'all don't go anywhere. Johnny's going to demo the 460 around here wherever he wants to.
No wait at all.
Well, friends, a lot of you who watch the shooting show have seen what I'm about to do. But you know, a couple of years ago, take my earplugs out so I can hear. A couple of years ago, this is such an ideal sight. Well, getting in and out of my truck, I said, you know, if that cougar comes up and grabs my dog, or what if he grabs my leg and I'm doing this here, and I'm trying to get the cat off my leg, I want something that's going to stop him, you know what I'm saying? So my idea was, why can't we build a better 45? In truth, a 45 ACP is a medium power round, not a high powered round like a 41 Magnum or a 44 Magnum. It is a medium powered round. For those of you that have them and have ever shot anything with them, such as a game animal, or maybe had to dispatch a wounded animal or something, you know that the 45 is a medium power caliber. Well, my thought was, you know, we could make it a little longer, such as a 10 millimeter, without getting too technical. We could soup it up, use a better case, and make it just long enough so it wouldn't go in a 45 ACP barrel for safety's sake. Well, there's some old war relics out there that you darn sure don't want anything high pressure in. Well, I got some cooperation from certainly talked to the Clarks, and I know that Jerry and Kay and Jim and Mr. Clark got tired of me asking questions on what these guns would do. There's something out there called a 45 Super, but it has a complicated recoil system, and that cartridge, although the power is good, it will go in your 1917 Army issue Colt. Well, that scares me. That's why we wanted a longer case. But wouldn't it be nice if we could have more power and still use the same 45 ACP magazines, use the same 45 ACP loading dies, and the same bullets? Wouldn't that be nice? Well, we set our experiments. We started working on it. We established our case at a 1/16 of an inch longer than a 45 ACP, but retaining the same length so it would still go in the magazine. Well, it was doing pretty good. We had a bullet running about 1,300 feet per second. I came over here and talked to Mr. Clark and said, Mr. Clark, I said, it's doing pretty good, but its recoil is a little snappy. And Mr. Clark said, why don't we compensate it? Well, here's the man who essentially invented compensators for 45s. Who am I to say no? I said, why not? Absolutely. We put a compensator, that's what this thing on the end of the barrel is here, these ports. And what it does, the gases under high pressure actually retard recoil, and in our case they do something else that we didn't even plan on. Well, we got the gun fixed, went out back of the shop over there, and I handed the gun to Mr. Clark, and recoil was pretty severe, trust me, like a 41 Magnum, pretty severe in these lightweight guns. Mr. Clark shot it, it went poof. He said, the kick's gone. I said, you know, we may have something here. And then, so we decided, we had it performing so well and so accurately, instead of hitting a base hit, why not go for the home run? You know, heck, this is America. We still have a little freedom left. Let's go for the home run. Well, I got the bullet, 185 grain bullet, running about 1,400 feet per second. I thought that was pretty good. Came in the shop, saw Jim Clark Jr., said, hey man, I got it running 1,400. Jim said, well, I guess that's all right. You know, Johnny, it's really nothing to it to you unless it could go 1,500. I said, well, I don't know. Jim's figuring I'm going to blow the gun up. Who knows what? He's got a sense of humor. A couple of days later, I called him back and said, hey man, it's running past 1,500. He said, you're kidding. I said, no. And it's not even tearing the gun up. Whoa! So now what we have is a 44 Magnum power handgun with the addition of a simple drop-in kit, which we do, by the way, have for sale for your 1911. We're taking orders over here on the right, but it is. We can send it through the mail. There's no paperwork because you've already got your gun. Why should we do paperwork on you? And it's a simple drop-in kit. There's more we'll get to in just a moment. But let me show you something. The 45, I should have a magazine here with targets, some volunteer water bottles. I have a good access to water bottles. Yeah, we shoot a lot of water bottles on the program. Now, what?
Drink a lot of milk?
Drink a lot of milk, but we have water bottles too. Best price in town on water bottles. Now then, we're going to shoot. Let me show you what the 45 ACP that people have carried for defense, the military has, and has gone back to for their elite, so-called elite troops. Let's watch the water bottle here on the left, shot with the 45. Now people have said, used to be said, heck, you hit a man in the toe, it'd knock him down. Well, it probably hurt him so bad it'd be off balance. Watch the bottle on the left. Well, it put a hole in it, made a little splash. Let's try the water bottle next to it with our 460 Rowland. And we called it Rowland to try and attempt to keep some of the majors from stealing it from us. That's the best way to do it. Put your name on it.
Right.
Same gun. Not the same thing. Woo. Not the same thing. Let's shoot another. And you also notice there wasn't a terrific amount of recoil involved. And that's what's so, and we know this gun's unloaded, we'll lock it back. This is what the compensator does. It's like a seesaw. It presses down on the barrel, keeping the barrel and the slide locked together for a longer period of time so it doesn't tear the gun. Now then, let's do one more little demonstration here. That's our U.S. military round. Well, what the anti-gun people don't want you to know, the 223 is a varmint cartridge. It was never designed to kill anybody. That's unbelievable, isn't it? The gun was never designed to kill anybody. The bright people in the U.S. government decided that if they could wound a soldier on the battlefield, well, that would tie up doctors, nurses, whoever, what else. My thought is this. If you need to shoot varmints, if you're being attacked by varmints, by prairie dogs 3 inches high, you don't have to shoot them, you can step on them. But anyway, this is such an evil cartridge to so many, the Clintonites, the people that would want to take them away. Well, this is a 55 grain bullet at 3,100 feet per second. Let's shoot a water bottle with it, see what happens. And the 223 is no joke. Okay. We know that gun's empty. Not so bad. What the AR-15 is commonly chambered in is 223. But how about let's take our little short stubby 460 Rowland here and let's put it in an AR-15. Is that one full?
Yeah, it's all over.
You want it on the rack?
Can, Jim. Good idea.
Let me put you up
Cripple. All right. Let's try our 460 on a similar target. Literally turns the AR-15 into a real gun. Now then, let's say we had a mess up clustered together. Kind of a mess up, maybe attack water bottles here. And maybe we wanted to pull the trigger a little faster. Get to them before they overwhelm us here. We could do that.
Still breathing.
There's more. We know it works in the full-size guns like our full-size 1911.
You want to bottle up on
Please,
top?
sir, please. Two of them. We got two of them left. You know, we know it works well in the full-size gun, but now with so many people carrying concealed guns, what if we could put one in a little pocket pistol? Well, one, we'd think that the recoil would be so bad that we couldn't shoot it. You know, because we're talking between a 41 and 44 Magnum. This little gun weighs about 30 ounces, not very much. What if we could do that? Well, I tell you what, Mr. Clark is very progressive, thanks to the staff here. We ran an experiment. This is an officer's model Colt. This is a 3.5-inch barrel. And this is prototype number 1. And let's see, let me have a 45 there.
Just one indication.
Realize with the short barrels, we're not used to getting very good performance. I tell people all the time that call and ask about what guns, they say, well, I just want something small. I say, well, you better be a better shot, because if you carry a small gun, you're going to lose a lot of effectiveness. This is about the size of a 380, which is anything but a super powerful cartridge. Let's see the 45. We have another water bottle handy. Let's get one more. There's one over here.
I got an unloaded tool here.
As soon as we're clear.
I think
No, flap on this is the quickest. This is the steel line.
Okay, the best performance we're used to getting with a little gun like this is.
That's the mode. Oh.
So, that's about as good as you're going to get. Here's our 460 conversion. And those of you that can see I'll shoot at an angle here, realize that we're shooting ammunition that is equal to a 41 Magnum in power. Watch the recoil without getting too far. Watch the recoil in my hands from this little tiny gun. Not bad at all. Dan Wesson Company is building us a 460 revolver. You saw the moon clips earlier, loads like the Smith & Wesson, and it's loaded that quickly. These guns will take the 45 ACP, the 45 auto rim, even the 45 Win Mag in Starline cases. And watch the recoil on this gun. Full power load equal to a 44 Magnum. Your recoil is just not there. It's simply not there, because I wish I could tell you I was smart enough to know what this thing was going to do, but I wasn't. We just discovered a super efficient cartridge and combination. Somebody like to step up and shoot this thing to have ear protection, eye protection, have a volunteer? Come on forward. Pretty much concludes what we have to say here. And we encourage you to go by the Dan Wesson 45s and 460s. Now, 4.6, same magazine.
Be 1 second here. He's gone. I got that sound like one to me.
Boy, when the show's over, the finger dies.
I'm over it now.
This is from a membership application that I brought, that anybody is interested in it. It's just refill and old west, and our pump cylinder is 38 white. This gun is an aluminum barrel for lightness, for speed of action, and it is the 3-screw Ruger 22 with a converted hammer. Sight's been filled in, and that's it. And it's propelled by the 22 Black Powder blank. Believe it or not, I didn't bring but 3 waxes. I'll shoot it just to show you what it's like, what it sounds like. Then I'll go to the other guns. I'll show them to you. And our timer, when the light comes on, you go for it. And most of it, we go under a second on our shooting. Now, a lot of times if you miss, it's a 1,000. For fanning guns, we raise this hammer 1/2 of an inch. They're single shot guns, so they don't shoot anything like these semi-automatics. But just to demonstrate the gun, I will fan the gun to shoot it and show you what it's like. That's your 22 This was built by John Phillips in Arizona. Aluminum barrel, titanium cylinder, and I built the grid for it from Mesquite. The trigger's cut away. The approach for the cylinder is lengthened. The cylinder stops is all used up so we don't tear them up. The hand crosses that hammer about 90 miles an hour. So since I've got arthritis, I can't move that finger like I used to, so I have to do it with my left hand. This is a gun that I built. It's titanium cylinder, barrel. I built hammers, trigger guards, and the grip for it. I'll be shooting this gun. The time of day, how you feel, who has the best day, and I get beat all the time.
Bring that down.
So that answers a lot of questions.
Yeah, once you bring it with you, I'm right up there. I'll be picked up and I'll meet you down that way.
Let me wipe that off. Stay in place, and there'll only be a few hundredths of seconds between all the time. So I'm gonna go through the wax. Normally we shoot this at 5, 8, 10, 12, and 15. Sometimes it's walk and draw, sometimes it's walk up, step back. And I'm going to shoot this approximately at 8 foot. And you have you cannot go below 45. In other words, you cannot point that gun, the holster, above 45. You're penalized. It's an automatic miss. So let me just kind of warm up and see what kind of time. Can you see that timer there? If I miss, it won't do a time. All right, when the light goes out, that's when you get ready. Okay, let's try again. That's pretty good. If I can stay under 410, 400 should be all right. I need to get in the center of that target. Blowing up. Okay, we got one more. I could tell.
Yeah, I've got whole frigate deal. 1050.
What a good one to do.
Point 57. 357.
Okay, that's fair.
Three 6-7.
Okay. This way, I don't get a warning. You have a warning, or that's getting shooter ready, you nod your head, then
363.
that's point 36.
Right, yeah. Point 386.
Okay.
We'll run out of water.
I'll save the way.
It's all right, go ahead. It's all right, go.
Don't get her angry at you.
Oh, I missed. I got hit that far one now.
Folks, you realize that Kay Clark Miculek is the current world ladies champion in Ipsum, obviously. Only the world champion.
Take me that long to shoot your mixer targets, that'd be in trouble. Squeeze up. It knocks the bottles out.
Yes, friends, it's hot, but it's a great day. Who's next?
Yes, sir.
I don't understand. They played a lot of stuff.
That's why we have real power of vote.
You hit one scared.
Oh,
6 and 5 shots. That's pretty good.
way out there. All these autos too. Let's see how it works.
Let me do it, Johnny.
Don't blow your hand off.
Do it left-handed.
Try that again.
Do it left-handed.
Give me some more bullets.
If you know what you're doing, you can change the color, man.
Still me.
Give it to Kay. She'll shoot it. Do better aiming.
Do you want to try this rifle, maybe?
Pretty good.
Give me a
I won't take that water bottle home with me.
That's a tough water bottle.
You actually got close to it.
Let me have one more shot. I want to see if I can kill it with one water.
Just getting close to the wall.
Wait, but I can say I got the one that you won't get away.
Be careful.
Doggone it.
That's just a show. It's just beginning to think you're a good shot over there.
Pop, you're shooting at the... He's shooting at the...
Which one you shooting?
Break it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm shooting to it. What did you put in here? Oh, that's what I knew that. I did.
There you go.
Not bad, huh? I like that. Not for what you get.
I was sitting here trying to figure out the physics of that. It don't seem like you can.
Let's say you want to finish blowing that bottle up. Here's what you can do with it.
Okay.
Ready? Hit it. 3, 2, 1. Well, friends, here we are, another hot but great afternoon here at our 3rd annual Fun Gun Weekend at Clark Custom Guns. And yes, I'm holding our latest incantation. This is the officer's model converted to 460, but we've had such a great day today, and these are some folks that have stayed around for the end of the day and just talk and shoot and just having fun. So, yeah, somebody wave back. It's going to be nationwide. Somebody wave at the camera. Yeah. We've had so much fun. We'll be out here again tomorrow, of course, for some limited things, but it's just been a great day. And we hope that those of you who didn't get to come this year, hey, there'll be next year.
Okay.
In fact, Jim, hold that.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Edit. 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, you recognize Terry the fan, so he's got his glasses on. He's incognito. Of course, the sun's bright. And we did our shoot in Alabama at Terry's place. And Terry, we really want to thank you and your friends for coming down this weekend for our Fun Gun Weekend.
Glad to be here, John.
Well, we really appreciate your efforts. And, hey, don't we need to do more of this around the country?
Yes, sir. Need plenty of it.
We really do, friend. Because this is the only way we're going to win is to show other normal Americans what this is about.
That's right.
Sometimes. It's 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my son, Johnny Rowlands Jr. And they came out today, brought his father and all some friends. Son, it's a fun day, huh?
We had a great time. It's been a very good day. Learned a lot, too.
Well, absolutely. You get to see some demonstrations of shooting here at our Fun Gun Weekend that you absolutely will not see anywhere else. So appreciate you.
The neighborhoods that form the Highland area of Shreveport, Louisiana, represent a living history of the city's core inhabitants between 1880 and 1930. A brief glimpse